Well, good evening, YouTube. This is your Daily Stoic with your host, Jeffrey, top of the world, McCabe. We're just sitting on the mountain brow here in Hamilton. What a beautiful spot. I love this city. I will get some lights going. I just wanted to give you the cool look there. What's up? Oh shit, my window. I don't want to keep the window open. I guess it doesn't matter. What's up? A long day. I was hanging out with the kids. Beautiful weather. People outside everywhere. Spring is in the air. As always, reading the Daily Stoic, 366 meditations on wisdom, perseverance, and the art of living. Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hasselman. It's funny how the weather can affect you. The time change. We just had our time change. We fast forward, right? We spring forward. And you could feel it. It's the energy. It's whatever. I felt bothered the other day. I was like, man, I'm lonely. Like, I don't know, man. It's been a weird couple days. Tired. I'm lonely. I want all this, it's like the springtime, whatever that is, It's been interesting. And if, not to rant on too much about it, but if you've been following my journey, I went to rehab. I got out a year ago yesterday. And it's funny because the way I was feeling yesterday, I can recognize now as times I might have, went out drinking or relapsed on drugs or something to that effect. There's like this itch, this uncomfortableness, right? I don't know if everybody deals with that. I don't know if it's only addicts. I don't know, what people do. I didn't do anything. I didn't even smoke pot. I was thinking about smoking pot tonight, which is fairly minor. Like if I smoke a joint, it's not the end of the world, but I've been trying to stay away from it. But I could really recognize it yesterday. I was like, man, there's just something it's an itch I can't scratch. And it's funny that I can recognize it. It's funny that and it wasn't like, it's weird because it wasn't like I want to go do drugs, but there was just something uncomfortable. Whether, like I said, I don't know if it's because I'm lonely, within my sobriety, within my therapy, it was like, no relationships for a year, stay celibate for a year. I kind of screwed that up, so I reset the whole thing last summer. No, I don't want to give away all that, but it's been part of the whole thing. So yeah, I don't know. It's been something, whether, it's the springtime, you get that. And it's not even just that. It's not like it's just sex or it's just like loneliness. It's just like this uncomfortable something. And anyways, I just wanted to say I could really recognize it as somewhere where that uncomfortable itch or whatever would have led me to some type of relapse. And it could be anything, you know what I mean? It was, if it was available, I'd go skydiving or something. Like I just want to do something, and it was very interesting. And I really recognize that today. You can see people out and you can see the people who struggle. The nice weather has a way of affecting people. The changing of temperature, the changing of the time, really, really affects people pretty heavily. It's interesting as a people watcher to see how that works. Anyways, we're gonna get right into the Stoic. Today is March 10th. As I say every time, if you don't know what Stoicism is, get out here, go Google it. One of the most amazing philosophies. I bought 2 new books today. Check it out. As we talking about philosophy, went to the bookstore, bought my kids a couple books. They're like, well, it's a little bit of money. I was like, man, books is a good purchase. I bought quite a few books in the last year. So I bought this, The Philosophy of Aristotle, with an afterword by Susan Bobzine. Metaphysics, logic, physics, psychology, ethics, politics, and poetics. That's nice. So we'll see if I can get into that. And then I bought, I can never pronounce it right, The Portable Nietzsche, the Friedrich Nietzsche book. I know he's a super duper well-renowned philosopher, psychologist. I'll do my proper research. I've heard his name a lot. I lost my page, gosh darn it. So yeah, it's all about books this year. I'm actually reading this book right now, which I find super difficult to read. Where is it? We Who Wrestle with God by Jordan Peterson. The freaking vocabulary this guy uses. Like, it's not that, maybe it is a little bit beyond my reach. with the vocabulary you're using, but it's a lot of brain power, and I'm just trying to get through it. I've noticed I haven't been reading it as much as I've read other books, and not that I don't find it interesting. There's been some very cool concepts. The first little bit, it's all about the mapping within words and stories, and I guess he's going to explain the psychology of I know he did a lecture series, and I assume that he wrote this book through those lecture series. It's kind of in the same vein, and he's done things like maps of meaning, and so the first part is all about what words, like the central word of things and stories and what they mean and how they're all connected, and how we build our perception of the world around these words and these stories and these concepts. And it's fascinating, but man, it's a tough read, and I read a couple pages and I'm like, I gotta put it down. My brain hurts. So I'm going to try to step up my game and get through it. March 10th. Find yourself a Cato. We can remove most sins if we have a witness standing by as we are about to go wrong. The soul should have someone it can respect. The soul should have someone it can respect, by whose example it can make its inner sanctum more inviolable. Happy is the person who can improve others, not only when present, but even when they're in their thoughts. Seneca Moral Letters 11.9. Cato the Younger, a Roman politician best known for his self-discipline and for his heroic defense of the Republic against Julius Caesar, appears constantly throughout Stoic literature, which is interesting because he didn't write anything down. He taught no classes. He gave no interviews. His bold and brave example is what made him such a commonly cited and quoted philosopher. Seneca tells us that we should each have our own Cato, a great and noble person we can allow into our minds and use to guide our actions, even when they're not physically present. The economist Adam Smith has a similar concept, which he called the indifferent spectator. It doesn't have to be an actual person, just someone who, like Seneca said, can stand witness to our behavior, someone who can quietly admonish us if we are considering doing something lazy, dishonest, or selfish. And if we do it right, and we live our lives in such a way, perhaps we can serve as someone else's Cato, or an indifferent spectator when they need it. That's true, man. When you're about to do stupid shit, like, what you do behind closed doors. I met a girl last summer, Melly Mel, and it just made me think of the saying, no matter what you do, be a man in the morning, or something, right? Doesn't really make sense. It just popped into my head. But essentially, yeah, what you do when people aren't looking, what you do despite of the things you choose to do, I guess. But you need that person in your head. I got a homie like that. My boy Francois, man. He's been my brain twin, my creative friend. Like, we've created music together. We've created art together. We've, spoke about everything under the sun in life, and I often do think of him as the voice in my head. I got a couple friends who I rely on too for my sobriety. Like, if I'm feeling like I want to go do something, I can holler at them, and those people are important. You could use God, you can use your mother, you can use your friends, you can use somebody you met, you can use an imaginary person who's watching you do the stupid shit you're doing, and hopefully it deters you from doing that stupid shit. It's way too late to be drinking coffee, but whatever. I'm off for a couple of days. Maybe I'll go find somewhere to read a book, and we're going to keep it pushing. I love you guys. Hope you have an amazing day. It's Monday. It's my Saturday, Sunday, I guess. I don't know. Working shifts is crazy, man. I work these days and nights, these continental 12s, and the weeks fly by. The time flies by, and I have frickin' zero clue of when and what stuff. Like, my understanding of what day of the week it is, everybody's like, oh, it's Monday, I gotta go to work, and I'm like, yeah, I got a day off. So it's pretty wild. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great week. Happy March break to all the kids. Enjoy being bored for a week, unless your parents are super rich and you're doing cool shit all week. I mean, my kids did some cool stuff today. We went for a walk at Bayfront Park. We went to Maple View Mall just to walk around. My son said he didn't like it. It was too girly. He said, it's all girl stuff. I don't like it. So anyways, I hope you guys are having a great week. I will catch up with you tomorrow. Peace.